Hello, students. Good morning. How are you? First of all, it's my appeal to you stay safe, alert, and positive. Today, we shall discuss on the questions and answer of the chapter number 3. The first question is give reasons for the following. First, King Tut's body has been subjected to repeated scrutiny. Why? Why King Tutankhamun's body was subjected to repeated scrutiny? So, I would like to say you that Tutankhamun was the last pharaoh of Egypt, means the last boy king of Egypt, and he earned a lot of name and fame only within 9 years of his regime. And he proved himself the best legend of Egypt. But when he died untimely, the people began to know, or they were excited to know about his secrets of death. That is, how he died and when he died. Means, what was his old and how he died. Before Tutankhamun, before Tut, many other his fathers and forefathers ruled over Egypt, but they were not. They did not become as great as he. That is why the people, the subject of that kingdom, they were provoking the government and other people, the scientists and others, to get out the real secrets of his death. That is why his body was subjected to repeated scrutiny after his death. The second question, Howard Carter's investigation was resented. Was resented means it was really was not liked. The people were angry at it. So you know that Tut was the most respected and honorable and popular king of his dynasty. And when Howard Carter dug out to investigate his body, he saw that there were 3 nested coffins, and when he opened the first coffin, he saw the funeral shroud first, and this shroud was covered with willow leaves, celeries, lotus petals, and other things. And also he saw that the costly, valuable ornaments were also gilded with the mummy of Tut. Not only this, but also the daily use ornaments were also buried along with his body, like bracelet, like bronze razor, and other things of games and sports. So he first of all he focused on counting and recording all the treasures gilded with his mummy, and then he tried to investigate his body, and he saw that the body was cemented to the bottom of this gold coffin, and beneath his body there was a resin, and resin was solidified. जो उसके शरीर के नीचे रेजिन मतलब एक प्रकार का लासा, गोंद जैसा, जो चिपकाने के लिए काम में आते हैं. तो उसके शरीर के नीचे इसको रख दिया गया था, और इसकी वजह से पूरी शरीर बिल्कुल कॉफिन के बॉटम में सट गई थी. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल he tried his best to separate the body parts of Tut from the coffin, but all in vain. He was failure. Then he thought that if the body was taken and put under the open sky, due to the heat of the sky, it will be melted and the body would be separated, but it was also resulted in vain. Then when he saw that there was not any option for him, then he separated the body parts with the help of the hammer and chisels. हथौड़ा और छीनी के द्वारा जहाँ जहाँ ज्वाइंट्स था उसके बॉडी को अलग किया, in order to investigate about his body. Then again he reassembled the body, and he padded the damaged part of his body, and in this way when he made the body as a whole, again he put it down in the coffin and buried it in the grave. Carter had to chisel away the solidified resins to raise the king's remains. Already in the second question I have told you that when he found himself failure to separate the body of King Tut from the bottom of the coffin, then he used the hammer and the chisel. When he found that there was no option for him, no choice for him, so with the help of hammer and chisel he separated the body. Next question. Tut's body was buried along with gilded treasures. Gilded treasures means treasures of gold. So you know that it was concept, it was tradition of Egypt that all the legends, royals or the royal families, when they were buried, all the riches means money, all the riches, ornaments and other useful things were put along with the body of them, thinking that after the life, when they will get the rebirth, when there would be resurrection of their life, so certainly they would take all these things along with him at the time of their rebirth. ऐसी वहाँ की मान्यता थी कि जब जितना सामान के शव के साथ रखा जाता था, फिर जब जहाँ जन्म लेते थे तो इन सब चीज़ों को लेकर के जन्म लेते थे. That is why all these treasures were put along with the body of King Tut. The boy king changed his name from Tutankhaten to Tutankhamun. So you know that his father or grandfather, who was Amenhotep IV, he was really not believing in the major god of Egypt. The major god of Egypt was Amun. Amun means the living image of major god. So Amenhotep IV did not believe in him. That is why he closed all the temples of Amun, and he smashed means he broke, damaged all the shrines of Amun wherever he found. And in the place of Amun, he believed in Aten. Aten means the sun disk. He began to worship the sun disk, and that is why he changed his name from Amenhotep to Akhenaten. And also he changed the name of his capital city, Akhetaten. And when after his death, Tutankhamun was there as a successor. So firstly his name was Tutankhaten, but he did not believe in Aten. That is why he changed his name Amun, because he believed in Amun. Amun was the major god of Egypt. And also he changed his name from Tutankhaten to Tutankhamun. And again he resurrected all the temples, all the shrines, and he promoted the worship of Amun. And again he became rich royal. And I think due to this prosperity, due to his name and fame, his popularity, many people began to jealous of him, and certainly they killed him. The boy king changed his name. Yes. The next question: list the deeds that led Ray Johnson to describe Akhenaten as Viking. So already I told you in the previous question that Akhenaten did not believe in Amun. Amun was the major god of Egypt. But rather he believed in Aten. Aten means the sun disk, and that is why he damaged and trampled all the temples and all the shrines of Amun, and he promoted the worship of Aten. And after some time he became mad. Vaiki means mad. After some time, I think with the curse of Amun, he became mad and he died in this way. Next question: what were the results of the CT scan? Do you know? Many times the dead body of Tut, means the mummy of Tut, was taken out from his burial place, from his coffin, in order to investigate, in order to forensic checking how he died and what was his age at that time. And that is why once, with the team of Jahi Hawass, the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Egypt, there was an anatomy professor, Ray Johnson, and Ray Johnson x-rayed his mummy into 1700 digital x-ray films, and he checked it in very thin slices, and he found that all the things were okay. Means there were no harms with the body parts of King Tut. And the main reason was to investigate the secret of his death and the age of his death. But this secret was not revealed even after the investigation of Ray Johnson also. So what were the results of the CT scan? So I told you that everything were found correct. There were no harms. The grey head was found. The neck bones were correct. The rib cases, the hand, all these things were found correct. But the answer of the secret of his death and his age was not found. List the advances in the technology that have improved forensic analysis. You have seen that many advances occurred, especially in the medical science and other science also. So far as medical science is concerned, we have seen that after a general X-ray, there were improvement in the X-ray machines, and with the help of this X-ray machines, the cross section of the body parts in slices, in thin slices, could be made, the ultrasound, the biopsy, uh, and many kinds of other uh, devices of checking and investigation were improved in the medical science and other field of science also, with the help of which there was much improvement in the forensic investigation. Explain the statement. King Tut is one of the first mummies to be scanned in death as in life. So very very important question it is. When King Tut was alive, really he was a king subjected to be scrutinized, to be scanned, because in very early age, you can say in 9 years of his regime, he got a lot of name and fame, a lot of glory and honor. His forefathers, grandforefathers, they have also ruled over Egypt, I think, over 40 years continuously, but they did not take themselves at the height of Tutankhamun, King Tut. This was the reason that the people wanted to scan his activities, his actions, all his deeds, what he had been doing with the public, with the subjects in his kingdom, that he was bagging, he was gaining so much honor and respect. This was the matter of scanning. And after the death, when he died, really his death was a rattling matter of the death, because the people or the subjects of that kingdom loved him too much. So they wanted to know the reason how he killed. They wanted to know the reason, what were the people who tried to kill him, what were the reasons that he was killed or murdered. So they wanted to know the secret of their loving king. That is why I think it was one of all the mummies which was the matter of scanning, even in the life, also after the life, when he died. Yes, and in this way I tried my best to give the answer of these questions. And if you didn't answer, you didn't understand it, so when we shall be reading face to face, I will